1979. What a year. Since then, a lot of things have changed, but one thing remains true. The great off-the-tune price. Still offer a logbook service by our highly qualified mechanics. Off-the-tune. Over 270 locally owned centres servicing Australia since 1979.
Hello, I'm Matt Layton. Independent Senator David Pocock has struck a deal with the Albanese government over its industrial relations bill. A number of changes have been made. He says now it's better for business, workers, and makes sure the most vulnerable are not left behind.
On each piece of legislation, I'll continue to consult to get across the issue, to negotiate the very best outcome.
The legislation is now set to pass the Senate by the end of the year. The New South Wales Premier has congratulated his Victorian counterpart on last night's state election victory.
I mean, look, the Victorian election's the Victorian election. I messaged Dan Andrews and a message of congratulations last evening, and I look forward to continuing to work with him in the future around the National Cabinet to make a difference to people's lives. But ultimately, I'm not focused on Victorians, I'm focused on my people.
Dominic Perrottet speaking there. Meanwhile, Victorian Liberal leader Matt Guy says he will step down from the role following his second consecutive defeat. New South Wales has entered the 74th day of its flood crisis, and inland parts remain in the firing line. Residents in parts of Condobolin and in the state's central west are being told to evacuate immediately. It's one of 13 emergency warnings across the state. And another cruise ship is cutting its trip short due to a COVID outbreak. The Bali-bound Queen Elizabeth will now go straight to Perth. Up to 15% of passengers and crew have tested positive.
What would you do with $1? Did you know that for every $1 donated to Food Bank, 2 meals are created? Head to foodbank.org.au.
Melbourne's aiming to claim its first AFLW premiership, facing Brisbane in the grand final. The Lions are the favourites on their home turf. And there'll be a few sore heads today after Australia's win over Tunisia last night. It's the first FIFA World Cup match we've won in 12 years. Socceroos coach Graham Arnold says it's great to have all the support from back home.
And I can imagine the celebrations that are going home, especially especially with on primetime TV at 9 o'clock, kick-off to 11. I think a few have
selling the family home. What a job. Do you first.
A shower or two for the rest of your Sunday on the Limestone coast. We're dropping to 8 tonight. We'll also see a shower or two tomorrow and 17, cloudy on Tuesday. Don't forget the Listener app is the home of your local news. Join now to listen live or on demand.